The interesting thing about psychology is there are no right or wrong answers, but there are often people with different opinions. And so what I want my students to do is really look at both of the sides of the issue and make a decision for themselves that's informed based on evidence. My philosophy on teaching really is to encourage students to think independently and critically, to examine evidence about questions that they're interested in. So I really try to pose conflicts and ask students to look at the research literature and the evidence to try to figure out where to fall in those kinds of sort of decisions about what underlies behavior.
Leslie fosters a really engaging and supportive atmosphere with her students. So we engage in really great discussions and debates, and she really pushes her students to think critically and think in new ways about research questions and about research in general.
Leslie is beloved by her students. They know that she is somebody who truly cares about how they are developing academically and wants to give them the tools that they need to succeed in a graduate program.
She's really excited about my success and excited about me finding something that makes me happy and helping me find a way to make my own successful career in research.
I think that it's really important when you're mentoring graduate students to try to help them to develop as independent researchers. So I don't really see them as people who are doing an extension of my research so much as that I'm trying to help them really develop something that's their own and will make them stand out.
Dr. Carver's research focuses broadly on social and cognitive development. So everything from memory development in young infants around 7 and 8 months, all the way up to joint attention in kids with autism.
I'm most interested in how the brain develops and how differences in brain development across children lead to some behavioral differences in how they think, what they remember, how they associate with other people. And sort of the focal point of my research is to look at how the kind of social relationships children have affects different aspects of their behavior.
Leslie is an award-winning faculty member because she goes the extra mile with everything that she does, both in her research, in her teaching, and in the contributions that she makes to this university. She pays special attention to the needs of all of the students in the department.
I really want my students to come away being able to mentor other students, so I try to really model what I think is good mentoring. I have my students mentor other students who work in the lab, so that most of my undergraduates at least are somewhat mentored by the graduate students.
All of the graduate students who join our department have to, in their first year, conduct a full-on research project, from coming up with an idea to designing an experiment to putting it together, collecting the data, analyzing it, and then presenting it to the department, both at a talk at the end of the year, that's this very nerve-wracking, intense talk that they have to give, and then as a final paper, as a final thesis. And Leslie recognized that students were taking this very seriously but didn't have much support in terms of getting this together.
I proposed a course that would both teach some writing strategies and some sort of how to write well for social sciences, but that would also give them really specific deadlines, and we do peer review in the course, so they read each other's papers and give feedback, and I read all their papers and give them feedback. And it just helps them to stay sort of on schedule to get that writing component finished. And then once the paper is due, there's a couple extra weeks, and we work on how to give a really high quality presentation.
Working with Leslie is just fantastic. She is always constructive. She's always a team player. She's always able to take the discussion and find the things that are really valuable and productive to be doing and bring them forward. She's a wonderful, constructive member of our department.
It's really important to me that my students leave UCSD with the ability to be independent researchers who can have a line of research that they can call their own.